Hear me, please. Okay, right, we'll try to get the connection because I mean we need to know the legal angle to all of this conversation. We need to really be abreast of what what's really is the legal angle to all of this. I don't know if the Tadekule is back. Dr. Tadekule, can you hear me? Hello. Okay, we're trying to get connection. Okay, let's do talk to Mr. Sonny. Mr. Sonny, in all of this right now, what does it mean to the people of River State?
What it means is that we're still under apprehension. When you have a case in court until the case is judgment is finally given, you are under a considerable level of tension or apprehension because you don't know what the eventual outcome would be. So it means that the River State has been on a knife's edge since 2023 when the two political gladiators fell out. Every day we see conflict narratives online and offline. They have their conflict actors both online and offline, those who pursue conflict agenda, so, and all of this is counterproductive. So in terms of what it means for River State, what it means is that River State is lagging behind. River State is suffering in terms of having our democratic dividends. River State is suffering in terms of having the right deliverables that should come from governance, because whether you like it or not, the governor is distracted. Even though his camp may claim that, yes, development is ongoing, but like I always argue, that building bridges, constructing drainages does not necessarily translate to development, especially when there is instability within the political architecture of the state. Because you hear this in the morning, in the afternoon, you don't know the next thing you will hear. So you hear these conflict narratives in the morning, and in the afternoon, the other camp is coming with their own counter-conflict narrative. So at the end of the day, it drives away investors. It drives away, people of, serious intention to create serious investment in the state. Because you and I know that where there is no peace, no serious investor will invest his billions. I was happy recently when I heard the news that a known serious investor within the tourism sector, has come into the state. And since then, we have not heard anything again. We don't know. I know the location where they want to set up the tourism, where they want to set up the tourist attraction. I'm talking about the landmark investment. So I know the location. The location is very close to where I live, and each time I pass there, I deliberately look at the place.
Are you there? Can you hear me? All right. I don't know if both of you can hear me now. Hello.
Yes, I can hear very well from my end here now.
Okay, Barrister, you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Mr. Sonny Dada, can you hear me? Mr. Sonny Dada, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Let's hear you out, Mr. Barrister, our senior advocate of Nigeria. I mean, what's the legal angle to all of this?
Well, my take on the entire thing really is that there was an appeal at the Supreme Court brought by Fubara faction. Let me put it in that manner. Jumbo, I can't remember the name. The other claimant to the speakership of River State. Unfortunately, the appeal was withdrawn, and because of that, when it was withdrawn, parties had already filed their briefs. There was nothing left. The appeal was dismissed. To that extent, it means that, number one, we are left with what was decided at the Court of Appeal, and it means that we were denied the opportunity of having those matters fully determined by the Supreme Court. Why they decided to withdraw, nobody knows. It could be tactical, it could be technical, it could be whatever. But then whichever way, it has denied Nigeria and the legal community of knowing, number one, how does a person subscribe to membership of another party, or how does he leave his party for the other, cross-carpeting or whatever? Can it be done via social media? Can it be done through mere affidavit, or must it be done by the person subscribing to the membership of the other party by taking up their membership card? How do we determine that? Because these are issues that this is one of the issues that was raised in the previous matter. Then again, it has denied us of knowing whether this issue was a pre-election matter, whether it could be statute valid if it's not undertaken within 14 days of happening of that event. That's another one. Then again, it would have been an opportunity for us to know if a suspended member of the House of Assembly can claim to be a speaker in another way by getting like 2-3 persons together.
Those are the things that
yes.
Nigerians are still thinking about.
Hello? Yes.
So those are the things. Those are the thoughts of Nigerians. I mean, these are things that we have lost because Supreme Court will have put an end to whatever we could regard as an illegal imbroglio. But as it is now, we didn't have that opportunity. And to some of us, these are issues that are very, very, very important. It goes beyond that. Again, this issue of who has the right to declare the seat of a member of House of Assembly vacant. You understand me? Because as it is right now, Barrister, I mean,
yes.
What's the position now? Does it mean that Martin Amuele is the authentic leader?
Well, as far as this can be subjected to other variables. It can be subjected to individual understanding. But for me, for somebody like me, I would say that Ame Fuele, that is the speaker,
yes,
who decamped, and the man said I did not decamp. For me, as far as the law is concerned, remains the speaker of that state, even with the decisions so far, because basically the decision of Justice Omotosho is to the effect that there was no decampment. The decision of Justice Okoro was to the same effect. The decision of Justice Lifu was to the effect that the speakership of River State House of Assembly remains with Ahmad-Fule, and that the 27 or the 25 or 26, whichever, because at times they keep banding these numbers, they remain members of the House of Assembly, and the position is that they have not decamped. That is the decision. Though there is one other decision, I cannot remember who made it now, that they have decamped. Because APP went to court, Labour Party went to court, so many other persons at the same time. So for me, really, I think the status quo remains because the man is the speaker, that's the truth, and in a situation whereby you have 27 against 4 or thereabout, it is unheard of that 4 will make law for 27. Irrespective of whatever, they should have allowed the issue be determined once and for all on the authenticity of the position of the 27. That the Supreme Court will have had that privilege of determining it for us.
Wow.
So that's my personal position. Yes.
All right, interesting. Thank you very much. Quickly, let's quickly take a short break. When we return, we'll listen to the voice of the embattled speaker, the River State embattled speaker, Martins Amwele. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Right now, let's listen to the voice. Dr. Adekule Ojo, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear your voice. Dr. Adekule Ojo, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
All right, Mr. Sonic, are you there?
Yeah, I can also hear
All
you.
right, now let's listen to Martin Amwele, and then we'll take it up from there.
Specifically, the justices of the Supreme Court that sat on this appeal today, that 5-man panel that delivered and dismissed the appeal of the governor. It is a well-considered one, and we give God all the glory. We thank God Almighty for life, for giving the justices the knowledge, the wisdom to conclude this matter for their states.
The lawmakers described the ruling as even.
The Supreme Court has affirmed that for 1 whole year, the governor of Rivers State spent taxpayers' money without our appropriation law. 1st January to 31st day of December 2024, the governor of Rivers State spent Rivers people's funds, both internally generated revenue and the federal allocation, from his front pockets, as if the money belongs to his family. The governor spent our funds for 1 full year, willfully.
All right, Dr. Adekule, what do you have to say concerning what Martin Amwele has addressed there? Concerning that's referring to the budget. You know, the budget was passed to just 2-member or 3-member lawmakers right there in the state, and he has said that the governor was just doing his own thing, spending his own money in expense of the state, expense of the assembly. How do you address issues like that? Are they going to resubmit the budget again, repass the budget to the assembly?
No. I think basically there is a leeway out for the governor. If you choose not to even present your budget before if you choose not to present your appropriation before before either of the parties, the law allows you to spend but an amount that is not beyond what was spent in the previous appropriation bill. So meaning that there was an approved appropriation bill in 2023, which could as well guide the the governor in 2024, which could be used as a guide in 2025. That's a way out. But ordinarily, for me, I would say that it is unheard of that members of the House of supposed members of the House of Assembly will be sitting in the governor's office or in the government house, and it is unheard of that a budget meant to be passed by 32 or thereabouts, or 31 member House of Assembly will be passed by 3 or 4. No, I think we should be a bit realistic with all of this. It doesn't sound well. It's either the other offices are declared vacant validly or they remain. And for as long as there has not been any acceptable decision on their on whether any acceptable decision that they have forfeited their position or that their seats have been declared vacant, then ordinarily they should be given the opportunity to stay in that office to continue to do their job pending while a court of law determines otherwise. And that's one of the reasons why I felt that the Supreme Court appeal should not have been withdrawn. It's not the decision of the previous lower court were not just about, yes, principally it could be about appropriation bill, but the other issues that arose, which are attached to this appropriation issue. So I think basically the appeal, the withdrawal of that appeal has really done a disservice. That's my
All right. Let me go to Mr. Sonny Dada. Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
The camp of Wike in River State, how is it right now? Because, I mean, it's looking like a victory party for the Wike camp. Is it something like that right there in River State? I mean, you're right there in the state. And probably during your course of investigations, like you said, you must have probably seen the camp of Wike or head. So how is the camp there? How is it moving? Is it looking like a victory party for the camp of Wike?
Yeah, initially when news filtered in, of course, you would naturally expect that any camp that feels justified by the judgment will naturally erupt, in joy and celebration. So we saw that yesterday when the news eventually filtered in. But however, later in the day when reports started coming in as to what actually transpired during the hearing yesterday. Of course, everybody, became calm. The Siminalayi Fubara's camp, also suddenly raised their voices, but that's not the interest of the common Riversman on the street. The interest of the Riversman is not even interested in who wins or who ends up as loser. The interest of the average Riversman on the street is let there be peace so that he can enjoy the democratic dividends. That's the interest of the average Riversman. So whether Wike camp is winning or Fubara's camp is winning or losing, it doesn't serve anybody any necessary good. It doesn't serve any Riversman any necessary good. What we are interested in is an atmosphere that can deliver to us the benefits of good governance. That is the interest.
All right. And now I'm coming to our barrister right there, senior advocate of Nigeria. There's a statement coming from the State Commissioner for Information, Joseph Johnson. He has said that the withdrawal of the appeal was no victory for the pro-Wike lawmakers. I mean, let me put it to you. I mean, as a senior advocate, does this seems to be like Wike is taking the lead? I mean, don't forget that there were a reconciliatory, meeting with the president. Wike was there.
Yes, let me be objective in this wise. It's not about who is taking the lead and who is not taking the lead. The moment you said, okay, the judgment that was passed, because the judgment has established before four members of the House of Assembly. So in that wise, that is the decision of that court. It's not about 2024 alone. It's not about 2023 alone. It becomes a law that everybody must follow. It means that subsequent appropriation bill must be taken before the appropriate body, meaning that it is a loss for Fubara camp. It is a loss for Fubara camp because you took an appeal, you initiated an appeal, and you withdrew it. It means that you have conceded to everything determined. by the lower court. So for some of us, they might be looking at it from the angle of 2024, but the implication goes beyond 2024. It has established a position in Nigeria that 4 members of the House of Assembly cannot pass appropriation bill where the other members are left out.
But I mean, you said it's a loss for Fubara. So what do you think should be done legally? Where is it heading to as it is right now?
Well, I want to. That's where I will subscribe to the position of the fellow that spoke, my other discussant there. That look, what we want is peace, and basically there should be peace in Rivers State, and that is what an average member, an average resident of that state wants. So I think, by and large, we are still in a conundrum, and perhaps it would have been better if the Supreme Court were to be allowed, because that's the final arbiter. After Supreme Court, you can only appeal to God. So, but unfortunately, that opportunity was denied. So as we speak now, everybody can continue to say this is the way or that is the way, but that verdict of the Court of Appeal remains the most authentic, which says that 4 of you cannot do it. It means it's another way of saying that we are the other 26 or 27 members. That the 27 or the 4 people, the 4 members of the House of Assembly do not have powers to do what they did, and to that extent, it means that the other people have to be involved in whatever you are doing. So the best bet is for Fubara and the other side. You have not been successful in declaring their seat vacant, and basically, I think that's the best thing to do in this wise. Let the state move forward. Let all of them come together, because as far as I'm concerned, declaring the seat of a legislator vacant goes. There must be processes. It has to be done by a speaker, and it has to be done appropriately. And again, we have a problem. You didn't wait. Maybe perhaps they should have waited for these members that were said to have crossed to other parties. They should have waited for them to pick membership card of the other party. Without a membership card, can you claim to be a member of a political party? You cannot. So it's not about what anybody said on television. It's not about what anybody said on radio. It's not about what anybody said on social media. It's about practical things. Nobody becomes a member of a political party except he has subscribed to membership and his name is on their membership list. So I think these are the problems that we have presently. And I think my suggestion should be that Fubara should just, and his other people, they should come together, see how to move the state forward. As far as I'm concerned, no seat has been declared vacant legally, validly as we speak now.
Well, thank you very much for that. All right, Lagosians, let's turn the table down to you now. Keep your calls, calling, and let's hear your comments and your contributions to the show. 0705 890 4927. 0705 890 4927 or 0805 092 0927. 0805 092 0927. Yes, you can also send your messages via WhatsApp 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. That's for WhatsApp, or call us 0805 0805 092 0927. 0805 092 0927. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, please call us back. We can't hear you, the network glitch there. Please call us back on 0805 0805 092 0927. 0805 092 0927 or 0705 0705 8927. In case you're just joining in, yes, we're talking about the Rivers Assembly leadership crisis. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, let's go on with our guest right there. Okay, Mr. Dada, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I mean, as it is right now, does this seems to be like the hand of rascality in River State? You had your your investigations and all. You're speaking to probably different camps. Does this seem to be like a hand of rascality?
Well, I don't know if we can fully define what rascality is, because the definition for rascality in this case may be subjective. Because what rascality means to you as far as this case is concerned may mean different things to somebody else. And again, it also depends on your political affiliation or which of the camps you are aligned to. But however,
let me answer that question.
What I know is that the Nigerian politician is generally a rascal. Now, rascal in the sense that because I'm also sensitive to what can be said on radio, I also have to be very temperate with the use of words. But pardon me to use the word for now. Generally, the average Nigerian politician is a rascal in nature because he does not respect the rule of law. He always wants to circumvent processes. He always sees himself as above someone who is above the law, and he will always want to, because of the gaps, the massive gaps we have in the application of law in this country. He will always want to exploit those gaps, to suit himself, because his natural nature is greed.
Okay,
this is just the summary definition of the Nigerian politician.
Let me comment.
Based on that, sorry, are you talking, Mike?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I mean, I'm saying this because Martin Amoele had slammed, Fubara for withholding their entitlements. That's the lawmakers, the 27, 26 lawmakers. And he now said that with this, he hopes, and it seems to be like this is the hand, or the hand of this rascality is very near. And that's why I put it up to you. I mean, you're there in the States. Or probably you just give us a hint about your investigations. I mean, people you were able to, information you were able to gather, concerning all of the happenings since the news broke out yesterday.
No, there is no need beating about.